Hey everybody, Pastor Darren here, New Hope Christian Church, your favorite bivocational pastor. Just wanted to pass along some encouragement this morning. We've been going through a series within our church called Marriage Matters. And it really does, and it's about relationships in general, but we're focusing in on marriages and family and over the last few weeks. So just want to give you some uplift today and kind of on your journey through the week. And so today I'd like to speak to you from a standpoint of, it's that time of year where many of us are tending to gardens and putting things out and get ready to bring in the crops and all those good things and do some canning. But our thing that I want you to kind of look at is our lives and our relationships like a garden. You know, we're always having to plant seeds and pour into other people's lives and within those relationships to spur growth in them, whether it's individually or collectively, as a unit and as being a couple. But yet you also have to do what? You have to hold those weeds out, don't you? You got to pull the weeds, because there's so many things in life competing for your time and your attention, whether it's kids, whether it's just functions, whether it's friends, and just the busyness of life. And we have to pull those weeds so that relationship, just like in a garden, can continue to produce and continue to grow together. And then what's the other thing we have to do with a garden? You have to watch out for all the little varmints that's going to be running around trying to steal your crops. And we have to do that in life too, because all of those things that compete for those time in our lives. And then also Satan has a way of trying to twist a barb in there and cause problems and cause division and tear down the structure of family. Satan hates family. And so he's constantly working against us. And you have to be ready and willing and go to battle against all those little vermin out there trying to steal your crops. And it happens in our lives. It's just the same. And so be careful with that as well, because we're all individuals. And actually, as I'm driving down the road and I'm seeing all the trees and everything, and not too far down the road, the pretty colors will be out with fall and everything. But you know, we're individuals within the relationship. All of us have our individuality, and you need to keep that. You know, we do function together in our relationships, and we come together even as the word talks. You know, a man shall leave his father and mother and cleave unto his wife. And coming together is part of it. Functioning of one is part of it. But never lose your individuality. You know, even trees, as I'm seeing them going down the road, under the earth, you know, their root systems and different things are coming together. They get intertwined. They draw strength from each other. But yet, individually, they still have a beauty all of their own. And so I encourage you in your relationship today to not just focus on your individuality, not just focus on you as a couple, but just collectively being able to work between the two different things at times of whatever's needed the most. Sometimes you may have to be supporting within that relationship, a spouse or someone in a friendship. You're in that root system helping to support them. And there's those times, but then there's times where you're on the receiving end of it, and we help each other out. So don't forget that, but never lose your individuality, because when you look at trees, they have different branches, they have different leaf colors, and they have their own uniqueness, and so do you. God created you that way the same. Never lose sight on that, but be supportive. Work together within the relationship. And just as in the garden, get rid of all the vermin and everything else and little critters and varmints that's trying to come in and break down your garden of life. And so everything started, you know, in the beginning with Adam and Eve in a garden, and it'll finish that way as well. And so be mindful of those things today. Grow your relationship, work together, pull the weeds, grow, and never forget your individuality, but also don't lose sight of the collectiveness of the relationship. So God bless, take care, we'll see you soon.